The Deck Network. Build a deck. Bam! This is the Deck Network. I'm your host, Mike Danzilio, and we have Mr. Met.
The co-host, Loose Cannon, Matt Dalton. And remember, here at the Deck Network, it's all decks all the time.
That's true, Matt. All right, today's show is on aluminum railings.
Now, you've been talking about aluminum railings for a while now, Mike.
I've been hearing the buzz about it, and of course, our great friends at Principia Consulting, they do market surveys, and they have a market overview and dealer survey results on residential exterior railings 2014. They asked a bunch of dealers, myself included, about railings, and here's the Principia website. Great people. I'm a numbers kind of guy, and so those guys and I, we get along well.
And you do a great job of taking these numbers and funneling it down to us, so what makes sense and what applies to everyday stuff. So
okay, here's some interesting, this is part of the survey. It says, according to Principia data, demand for residential exterior railing in North America is about $2 billion annually. It is forecast to grow about 12% to $2.3 billion in 2016. Wood railing continues to dominate the category, but low maintenance products such as composites, PVC, and powder-coated metal railing will take market share from wood as the economy improves and more consumers opt to upgrade railing to low maintenance materials. Isn't that what you did at your house there?
Absolutely, and I'll tell you, it's something where you want the ease of application. You also want something that's going to last a long time and look great, and I think that's what we're getting with this product.
Yeah, that's what we're working on that. Okay, let's, our first interview was an interview that I took when I was at the Deck Expo in Baltimore.
Oh, you went to the Deck Expo?
Weren't you there? Didn't we have dinner one night?
Get invited to these lavish steak dinners. I'm here in the studio. I don't get to travel with Mike.
Okay.
And that's something we're going to try to change. It would help if you guys sent in some emails saying, get Matt out on the road. Send it to Mike at the Deck Network.
Yeah, we'll have to throw the hat, pass the hat around. Yeah. But Trex has a product called Reveal Railing. Okay. It is aluminum. And let me see if I can find it here on their website. We have deck railing systems, aluminum railings. No, that's not it. All railings. Here we go. Reveal railing. Every time when I talk to my friends at Trex, they always want to make sure that I know that it is a powder-coated aluminum. Very good, right? You can put it right up to the ocean, but I think I said that in the interview. Let's get right to the interview.
Who are we talking to today, Mike?
Nobody. I think I just gave you the little tour at the...
oh, this is great.
When I was at, we tried to cut down on time, and these guys were too busy anyway, so I think I did the... He's the head cook and the bottle washer.
Yeah, he does it all here at the Deck Network, and this is why it's very a popular video here. Here we go.
Let's go right to the video.
Bam.
All right, we're going to take a look at the Trex Reveal aluminum rail. Aluminum railing has become very popular in recent years because it's got its low profile. Now this particular color here is the bronze color by Trex. This powder-coated aluminum railing is rated for right at the ocean. So a lot of people ask if an aluminum rail is going to pit with the salt water, because salt water, of course, is very corrosive, and the powder coating on this keeps that working, keeps the finish on great. Now these come in three colors: the white, the black, and this is the bronze color right here. Comes in round and square balusters. These posts come in 2-inch, and this 2.5-inch one over here. Let's go take a look at this gate over here, Kev. This is new for 2015. This is a gate kit that comes from Trex. I don't know a whole lot about it, but it looks like it works real well, because gates can be a real problem. Very difficult to keep together, but it looks like that Trex has this one figured out. Okay, Matt, we had some the nice Trex Reveal railing.
That was great. Yeah, a lot of information there to take in.
It has less. It's not as bulky. The size isn't as large, and so. But of course, steel is very strong, or aluminum. It's strong. It's lightweight. So it's just, you don't see it as much. In the Northeast, we're used to things that are more colonial, traditional, so you'll see a lot of material. In Western areas, you're going to see less material. So you want to see things smaller, more contemporary. Okay. And that's where these aluminum railings are going. We have one more interview with my friend Amos from Key Link
Pennsylvania?
Key Link, yeah, these guys are, we did a show with them a few years ago, Superior Plastics.
I was going to say, these guys have some great products here. This should be good.
There's some hard-working, smart guys down there in Pennsylvania. And this is the railing that they have. That has nice detail to it. We'll let's talk to Amos. What he has is they have a new line of cable railing for 2015. So the problem we've always found with cable rail, it's expensive, but I think I say that in the interview.
Cable rail falling under the umbrella of aluminum railing, or completely separate?
That's the infill option.
Okay.
But the aluminum is the posts and the rail itself.
The bones of the structure.
The skeleton is the aluminum, and the infill options are the cable, so you really see right through it.
And that's beautiful if you have a beautiful landscape in front of you that you don't want to be impeded by the railing. This should be good. I want to see this video. I'm going to take some notes here. Here we go.
Okay, let's get to the interview and my friend Amos. All right, right now we're with Amos Kaufman from
Key Link Fence and Railing, and I'd like to talk about our new cable rail that we're introducing for 2015. We've got a very unique system here, a system that we've developed, a corner piece that will elbow around the corners on a level, or if you look over here, it'll actually go around a corner and down the steps. The neat part about it is that you don't have to double post. A lot of the cable rail systems out there, you have to double post for your fittings. This one here, you insert your cable through the fitting and it funnels it through for you, comes through on that side.
It looks like you have something also going around the corner and a stair over here.
That is correct.
Let's look at this.
Here, this is one strand of cable here, starting at that end with a tension tensioner, coming around down the steps to a tensioner here. We can span up to 100 feet on a single set of tensioners, which is unlike or better than the average company.
One of the reasons is that these poles, once they're put in properly, they can hold a lot of weight.
That is correct. This system does meet all required codes for the building industry.
A lot of times in a lot of cable systems, this is where it gets to be very expensive in over here, because the hardware is usually 3/16 stainless steel, and that's very expensive. It's almost like jewelry. When you see it in a box, it looks like a box of jewelry. But I love your little system here. Very, very nice. Can you show us a few of your other railing parts here? Because I feel that aluminum railings are being more popular every year, and so Amos has aluminum railings, and what I like is they have some of the different size posts, and it has some nice detail on the post. This is the 2.5-inch post, and this is your Arabian series?
This is our Arabian style. A couple of neat features in this railing style is the fact that it has a self-centering bracket system. So you see the grooves on the post. That's true for our 2.5, 3.25, or 4-inch post. Those grooves run the same, so the bracket self-centers. The other neat factor about this rail is the fact that you have a plastic liner that separates your baluster from the rail, and therefore it's a nice, tight, rattle-free system. Creates a pinch point in there. The way to mount the posts here, we have the welded flange on the bottom. You can surface mount right to the surface of a deck. And then we're also introducing a 2-piece trim for 2015 so that you can snap on after you install the post.
All right, Amos, I really like the product. We have some on the displays out here at the store. And thanks again. Great to talk to you.
Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, bye now. Okay, Matt. What'd you think of Key Link railing?
Very impressed by the product and by Amos today. They seem to have a really good handle on this corner of the market.
Yeah, they are a bunch of great guys and nice products. Now the thing with these aluminum railings,
we have a sample here.
This is one from Key Link, is that there's always a trade-off between the detail and how much is there and its cost.
Form over function.
Yes, and so Trex, of course, the industry leader, they came up with the Trex Reveal railing a few years ago, and Trex takes it upon themselves, and of course they do a great job at it they made a rail to hit a price point. Then it was everybody else's turn to try to chase that, not only quality, performance, but price also.
They're setting the market.
Yes, they're setting the market. So my friends at Key Link, they came up with this rail. It has very nice detail, especially on the posts, as Amos said. Very strong, nice stuff. And I love that cable rail system. I'm not sure of it. I haven't done all the pricing on it yet, but they're cutting out the most expensive part, and that's those those little connectors, because these things have to be codes. Because, well, Matt, let's see how much you remember.
Okay.
Years ago, we talked
Not
about
much.
when a deck fails, people get hurt. And what happens when a rail fails?
People die.
Yes,
and that's serious stuff.
Yeah. So it's very important that these rails are put together correctly, and they're very strong. And I am impressed with your New York education. Did you remember that? You didn't hit the brain cells?
State-funded, yeah. There's still a couple left. They're bouncing around.
Yeah,
Mike, someone calls you today. Someone emails you. We get tons of emails coming in, by the way. Mike at the Deck Network, Matt at the Deck Network. Someone says, Mike, putting a deck up. Wood rails, aluminum, cable rails.
No, that's going to be up to you. It depends on your own personal tastes and preferences. But let's get into just a few statistics from my friends at Principia. And I might need some glasses for this one right here. That's we're seeing right now that from the survey that plastic-based railing, composites, hollow PVC, have about half of the market. In metal railings, aluminum, iron, steel has just about 20% of the market. Now that's higher. I think that's pretty high compared to all this stuff, because I've been selling these composite railings for years, and we haven't ever heard a whole lot about aluminum railings until just last year. And of course, in the market survey, it was when asked about trends in materials relative to each other, are these items declining in sales share or growing in share? So we have wood and pressure treated at about, half of the people say it's going to stay about the same. 27% say it's going to drop. And the reason is that our plastic and composites have about 50% of those that share, says it's about 28% of all the rails, including wood. Over 65% of those dealers that were surveyed stated that it's going to be more than it's been these last few years, or a lot more. And it's the same type of thing down here when I look at the aluminum railings. It has about 22% of the share with all of the wood composites. 22% state it's going to stay about the same. 60% say that it's going to be greater or a lot greater than it is right now. So we can see that that is just by talking to informed dealers, that they see that the question in the sales of aluminum rails are getting larger. So it's people always want to have a lighter rail. I don't mind the other rails. I guess I'm not that particular about type of thing.
You're into easygoing.
Yeah, but some people are very picky about their rails. So any good retailer will have an abundance of different types of rails. And here at No Maintenance Decks, we certainly have an abundance of rails.
And we do recommend on your decking project, you work with an informed dealer or retail partner.
Very important.
Very crucial. You already made the first right decision by coming here to the Deck Network. Now continue that throughout your entire project.
All right, Matt. That's it for this show.
That's it.
You can ask questions at Mike at the Deck Network or
Matt at the Deck Network.
You can.
Any questions?
We got.
If you want us to have a topic covered here on the show, write us. We'll try to get to it. We get tons.
I only have about 22 shows planned for this season. So we're running out of time. We're going to get the holidays coming up pretty soon, and then I get to go on some more vacations. And, of course,
I'll be here.
Always famous International Builder Show in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Can I go to that one?
Matt, if you can get a visa, you can go.
A Visa credit card?
No, a visa from Mrs. Dalton to go to.
I can't. I'm scared. I'm stuck here. Let's be honest. I have young children. I got the weird mustache going on. We love you here at the Deck Network. Keep it coming. We got more shows to come out. We'll see you next time.
Okay, folks. As Porky would say,
that's all, folks.
Ciao for now.
Bam.